Hello, Algebra. Today we're looking at lesson 2.2, capture, recapture. For number one, they're asking you to write a proportion as a percentage question. So really what they want you to do is take this proportion and put it into words. When we're looking at, the key to looking at this question is saying that anything over 100, that's going to be our percent. So B and D are going to, the way they're written is very similar to our example. So I'll let you figure that one out. For A and C, we might get a little confused because the number above 100 is greater than 100. What that means is we have a percent that's just going to be bigger than 100. And example, for A, we have 180 divided by 100. When we do that, we get 1.8, which is times 100 is just 180. So we have 180%. And then our variable is over the 36. So we need to figure out what number is 180% of 36. And that's the question we can generate from the proportion that they've given us. You can do C similarly, so I'll let you do that one on your own. Next, if we jump down to part 2, we have it in question form, and they want us to write the proportion and then find the unknown number. So in part A, it might be easy to find the unknown number, but really work on trying to set up the proportions first. So we've got 75%, and we're writing our percents over 100, so we have 75 over 100. That's our ratio that we're using. And then to create the proportion, we give that equal sign. And then it's figuring out of our, it says 86 is, or 75% of 68 is what number? When you see the word of, that should be your hint that we need to have the division. So of 68, we're going to be putting it on the bottom, and the number we're trying to find is in our numerator. All right. You can do B similarly. And again, when you see of, that should be our hint that we're looking for division. I'll let you try the rest on your own. Number 3, as we're jumping down. All right, so we've got a word problem. In this word problem, we're being the ones, it is our job to set up that proportion and solve for our unknown. And so we're finding a proportion of kings to total number of cards. I always keep the labels up here so I can keep it straight when I'm filling it in later. So she knows that there are 17 kings in her entire deck, but she doesn't know how many are in her entire deck. And so she takes a random sample similar to what we did today in class with the fish activity. And she says, well, when I did it with 30 cards, a total of 30 cards, I found 4 kings. So based on that, she should be able to come up with an approximation for how many cards she has in her deck. And doing this, we can do our cross multiplication and then our division. So we need to do 30 times 17 is equal to 4c. When we do that, we get 510 is equal to 4c. We're going to divide 4 from each side, and we're going to get c equal to 127.5. Now again, the question asks for approximately how many bags, that's not 4, sorry. It's asking for approximately how many playing cards. So we need to round, and because we can't have percentages or parts of a card, we know that we need to round up or down to the nearest whole number. When we look at the number after the decimal, it's greater than 5. So she has about 128 cards. And if we go down to 4, I'll show you 4A. So our candy maker, he has put 600, we're looking at our ratio of prizes to total bags of candy. We know that he did a random sample, and he found 8 prizes out of 125 bags. And he knows that he has 600 prizes, so he wants to figure out how many total bags we've got. So once we've set up that proportion, we can solve for our unknown variable. Do our next cross multiply and divide. So we're looking at 125 times 600 is equal to our 8 times t. We'll be left with 75,000 equal to 8t. And when we divide both sides by 8, we're left with t is equal to 9,375. And again, this was for total bags. All right, I hope this helps you. And you can try part B by yourself. Have a great weekend. Good.